Alright guys, what it do? It's your boy Exia coming at you guys with another video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about retirement accounts, how to fund them, what's to fund them, how do you go about doing that, pretty much everything you need to know about, just overall retirement accounts. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alright guys, so it's your boy Exia. Welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me, and most definitely like this video if you gain any type of information from it and you think it's useful. Appreciate it, because like I said, if you like the information, most definitely like the video, because I get to help you and you can help me by liking the video, and hopefully it can reach out and reach more people, and I can help even more people. So it's you helping me, help you help me. Yeah. But well, today we're pretty much going to talk about retirement accounts, and I know a lot of people are starting to look into it and wonder what it is, how does it work, and I got y'all. Trust me, I got you. So pretty much when it boils down to, you got two deuce accounts. No, you got a traditional account and you have a Roth account. Now, pretty much the difference in between the two accounts are it's some differences now. Now, pretty much with a traditional 401k account, you do not get taxed now. You will fund that account and you will get taxed later. So say you're working at your job, blah, 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 30 years go by, you've been contributing into your 401k traditional account over the 30 years, you then will get taxed at the end. And why a lot of people don't like that is pretty much this. If you tax $1, tax is not that much. Now you tax $100, you start to see them taxes, and that's essentially the thing with traditional accounts. You're contributing small portions of money over a good period of time. So yeah, I mean, if you actually tax those contributions, it may not be a lot, it may not, but if you wait until after your 30 years is up, okay, now you probably sitting at $200, $300, potentially $400,000, $500,000 or more. If you really tribute, and yeah, when you get taxed on money like that, it hit different. It really do, and that's the reason why a lot of people are trending towards Roth accounts. But also, what people gotta understand, the reason why traditional is still a good option is if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, engineer, you already make a pretty decent sum of money, and you most likely will pay taxes for those professions because you make such a big portion of money. A traditional 401 account may tickle your fancy, as the kids say, due to the fact that it's a tax write-off. Every time you contribute into that is a tax write-off. So for the year, that's a tax write-off. And since you make a decent amount of money, more than the average Joe, that may help you. So traditional accounts can't be fully written off. It really is no user preference in your situation. But to me, like I said, if you make large portions of money and you pay back in taxes, traditional may be a route to give you a couple tax breaks. Now, with the Roth, of course, this is pre-tax money, so the money is already being taxed. As you tribute it, it gets taxed, and what's left over is what is already tributed into your account. So you're gonna pay taxes all the way up, and then in 30 years, whatever is in the account, that's yours, big homie. So if you come out 2, 3, 4, 500,000, that's you. Congratulations, you got it. But a lot of people are trending that way because they're ready to pay the taxes now to get it over with, so that way they know what's in the account is actually theirs, versus waiting on down the line. You seeing this big number that you've saved up over the years, and you like, yes, I can finally retire, and then you do it and get taxed. So with that being said, those are two of the retirement account. These are the different to consider when you're talking about these retirement account. Okay. For instance, me, I work at United States Postal Service, and it's different for every job, so you should really look into it. For me, my job, we use TSP, and pretty much the retirement is they do match us 5%. That's cool, but The reason I say look into your 401k instead of just saying, hey, I should bring into my 401k. Okay, if you don't look into it, they're going to default put you in traditional. You may want to choose Roth, right? That's your choice, but by default, they're going to put you in the traditional. So if you want Roth, you should figure out how to log into your account, see your stuff, and switch it over into Roth. Now, also with that, with these companies, they have a lot of different variations of retirements. And what I mean by that, they invest into different things into your retirement. For instance, with us, we have a G, a C, a S, a I, and an L. L is lifetime, I is international, S is small caps or small businesses. C is the Fortune 500 company, and G pretty much are bonds, right? So you should really look into these because all these invest into different aspects, different things. And if you don't know what they are, you just attributing your money into something that you don't know. And if you don't know, you can't say you're getting the best possible outcome because you just don't know. And that's why I say you should look into these things. For instance, right now, due to the pandemic, say early on this year, you was investing into C. Your portfolio would have tanked in March. You would have lost a huge portion of your retirement, right? How would you would have never known that if you didn't know, look, you just funded your retirement. To you, well, in 30 years, it should just be a big pile of money. I'm just waiting for it. But you can maximize how much money you have if you just look into it. If you would have chose C, your retirement account would have tanked. But also look at the market now, it would have grown exponentially. Now say, for us anyway, your default one they're going to put you in when you start is going to be a traditional L, which is for lifestyle. And it's pretty much bland. It's like a mixed bag of stocks. That's what it is. You got your bonds, you got a little list over here. Like I'm making a Powerpuff Girl. You got a little sugar, a little spice, and little everything nice. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. But if you want to maximize, you really want to know. See, for instance, me. Earlier this year, I had 20% of mine going to international and 80% going into the Fortune 500. Why? Because I feel like international markets have some hidden gems over there, and I believe in the Fortune 500 companies. So yes. Now, did my portfolio retirement, as far as my retirement, did it tank come March? Yes, it most definitely did. It did. Now, what did I do to that? See, since I looked into it and I believed that the market was going to recover, I actually swapped out my I, the 20% that I was investing into my I swapped it out and put 100% into the Fortune 500. Well, why would you do that if it tanked? That's the thing I'm telling you. You should learn about investments. I did that because, yes, the portfolio tanked, but since I'm so young, you know what I'm saying, I got plenty of years to go before I can actually retire. That small tank, yes, it hurt now, but how I saw it is discount stocks, yes. So normally the stocks could have cost $80 a share, but since it tanked, now those stocks could be potentially worth 60, 50. So I can buy more stocks. So yeah, I took mine out of I and I put 100% into C, and I started working even more hours, as much as they can give me, and my portfolio now, when you look at it, it's jumped exponentially. Why? Because I knew what those meant. I looked into them. I read the information. A lot of people don't go in and read the information, so therefore you are oblivious. You just think, hey, I attribute 30 years later, money just falls upon me like it's Rain Man. You know what I'm saying? But it's somewhat the case, but that's not fully the case. You can maximize everything if you just learn. So I'm encouraging all you, look into your 401k. If you choose to do a Roth, go in and switch it to Roth now. If you want to do traditional, hey, stick with traditional, but also learn the categories in your job 401k so you can realize what is best. Because when you're young, you can take a lot of more risk versus when you're within your last 5 to 10 years of working. Because in my last 5 to 10 years work, I'm pretty sure I'm going to move all mine over to bonds. Bonds are not going to just grow exponentially. It's going to keep a steady pace. And once I have a pile of money at that point, yeah, I would rather keep a steady pace than me gambling or taking bets like I'm doing now. But as of right now, I have time. It's on my side, so you should utilize it accordingly. All right, guys. So also with that, now you have to realize, now that you learned, oh, it's different types of stocks that they invest in. Or 401k, I didn't know this. Yes, you're welcome. Subscribe and hit that like button. Now, also with that, another thing you should start considering when you're doing your 401k is how much you contribute a year. Yes, there is a limit. And yes, majority of people do not hit nowhere close to that limit. Now, with that being said, no, in your earlier years, you may not have the funds to max it out. Unless you budgeting your money, then actually you do, just to be truthful with you, you really do. But to each his own, to their situation. Early on, you may not max your account out. But as the years progress, you should gain raises at your job, bonuses at your job to help you max out their retirement account. It's possible. But $6,000 a year is the mark that you're aiming for. And yes, it makes a difference. I'm going to put a picture like right here. Yeah, I just did that. You see this? This is literally a compound calculator where it shows you how much you can potentially make. That's a significant difference versus half attributing and whole attributing. You see this? Half, whole, half, whole. So yes, over the years you should start really trying to maximize your accounts. Now, with it being said, I understand early on some of us may not be able to do it, but as you progress, it makes a difference. And maximize these accounts, guys. Trust me. But like I said, it's maybe a little hard when you first start off because you're just not bringing that much money. I know everybody got life. I understand. But after a while, you start to prepare for the rest of your life. You're going to realize you want to get that maxed out. So first 5-7 years, if you just really beneath and struggling at the moment, leave it where it's at. But even at the beginning, always max out your contribution. If your job max you 5%, 5%. Your job max you 4%, 4% out the gate. And then over time, after like 5 years, you go change that 5% to 6%. Another 2 years, that 6 go to 7, and just gradually increasing until you can get to a point where you will max out your entire 6,000 ability a year. You're gonna wish you had done it if you don't do it now. Trust me, guys. That's the reason why I myself haven't been investing into my dividend portfolio. I thought I would have had enough time to max mine out, but I had an expense and it kind of threw me off. So I stopped actually investing into my dividend portfolio just to make sure I can max that out. I should have it maxed out. About another 2 checks, I have mine maxed out that I can start back investing in my dividend portfolio. But it's sacrifices like that you have to make. Sometimes you may not be able to go out. Sometimes you may have to do a little what you got to do. But like I said, early on, you may not be able to. If you can, do it. If you can't, I understand. But as time progresses at your job, slowly increase the number that your job, if they max you at 5, you can start off at 5, but slowly graduate that number so you can max out that account. Because ideally, you need to invest $500 a month to reach that maxed out period. So in hindsight, that's what you're looking for. But these are retirement accounts. And also another thing I want to mention, you have retirement accounts with your jobs, and you also have retirement accounts that you can start outside of your job, which are like Roth IRAs or just a traditional IRA. If you want to double down on your savings, just to know, make sure you can have it and retire a little early. I strongly recommend it. I myself do have one. It's worked. I have a 401k with my job, and I have a Roth IRA outside of my job. So your boy want to make sure he gonna be living comfortable. You heard me? But like I said, you guys have any questions, most definitely know my Instagram's down there. Just send me a direct messages. Like I said, my Robinhood link down there also, if you want to, start your dividend portfolio, start you some passive income, strongly recommend that also. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But overall, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, any questions, most definitely hit me up.